If I could go back in time and give my younger self financial and personal advice, this is what I'd say. There's this quote that really inspired me from a book that I've been reading. I'm going to link it up on the screen somewhere. And it goes like this: a man is rich in proportion to the number of things he can afford to let alone. So, in other words, whatever you can live without today, that is already a big money save. Think about it. When we go on Amazon, how many times have you clicked on something that you weren't even planning to buy? Let's say you're buying milk for your kids. That's what I normally do. Milk and diapers, and which, by the way, those are definitely essentials. How many times have you added stuff that you didn't really need, that you could live without? So think about all the money that we have wasted away from buying stuff that we don't need. The first thing that I would say is what you do with your money, it's all on you. Nobody's coming to rescue you from the bad financial decisions that you make. And you may have to inspire yourself, pick yourself up, and drastically change the way you spend your money. So this was a huge mind shift for myself. Not that I've been a huge spender, but I realized just by looking at my credit card statement that I was buying things that I could have saved and put away, and that would have given me a much better financial safety cushion than the situation that I am right now. Like, it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you make a lot of money, if you make little money, the question remains the same. What can you live without right now? Can you live without that extra pair of boots that you saw on sale? Can you live without ordering yet another Uber Eats? That's the question we should be asking ourselves every time we're in a position to buy something and decide what would be the wisest choice. There's this YouTuber, he's a minimalist, and I am such a huge fan of him already. His name is Joshua Becker, and I think recently he posted a video about having big dreams for your money. So the title goes, do you want to spend less? Have big dreams for your money. It is brilliant because if we shift our way of thinking to that, we're going to have so much more money set aside regardless of how much money we make. Think of all the money that you could have saved this year just by not buying all the non-essential things that you bought. I'm not saying that we can never order Uber Eats or we can never buy some, like a pizza or something nice for ourselves. I'm just saying that we should be more aware of our spending habits, which is something that ironically a lot of people are not, including me. I was completely oblivious to how much money I was wasting, and sometimes money that you don't even have. When you think about what a strain it puts on our mental health for never having enough money to pay off our credit card completely every month, and it adds up. Sometimes we're stressed, not just because of work or because of, hectic routine with our kids. That invisible financial burden that we carry in the back of our heads every single day, we will only be able to get rid of that once we start deciding to change our spending habits drastically. So Joshua Becker proposes a 1 month spending freeze. That's what I started doing recently. I don't want to do just 1 month. I want it to incorporate this as a habit in my life. What he means by freezing your expenses is to focus only on buying your essentials like food and groceries and toiletries and cleaning supplies, and resist the temptation of buying anything else that is out of those categories. Imagine looking at your credit card statement and seeing a drastic cut in your expenses. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope that you can join me in this mission too. Number 2, advice I would tell myself: work on setting an early retirement for you. Don't wait for government resources to be able to retire, to be able to have financial stability in your old age. I hear a lot of people saying, oh, I'm going to, once I retire, I'm going to travel the world and take that cruise and do all the things that I've always dreamed about doing. But if we have a strategic plan for our money, today, when you're 20, when you're 30, when you're 40, you will be able to retire much earlier than the age of 70. And you will be able to fulfill all the dreams that you have, everything that's on your bucket list while you're still young, while you still have the energy to go out there and do stuff. Because here's a question for you. Would you rather start investing at age 70 when you're tired and you have poor health and you don't have a lot of work options at that age and you don't have the energy to make a lot of money and having to find ways to come up with a big amount of money to make up for all the years that you didn't save up, that you didn't invest? Or would you rather start today in your 20s, in your 30s, even in your 40s, while you still have good legs, you still have good health, you still have the energy to wake up every day and go to work and find better opportunities to make more money and set that money aside and guarantee an earlier retirement. And this is a sad realization that I had, that I'm 44 today, and if I had started investing 20 years ago, as little as $50 a month or $100 a month, that little by little every month for 20 years would have gone a long way, would have definitely changed my financial situation today. So please do not make the same mistake that I made, and do start investing however amount you are able to invest at the present moment and work your way up from there. If this video has helped you so far, inspired you in any way, please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any extra financial tips on how to spend less and what is your current spending plan right now, please do write a comment and let me know and share it with the community, because I believe that by sharing our own personal struggles, we are helping each other improve this hectic life that we've all been living in. You're going to have to cut certain people off of your life. And what I mean by certain people, I mean toxic people who do not help you move forward and progress in life. People who hold you back. I'm talking about people that encourage you to spend aimlessly, especially in the young adult years, where I see this tendency of people going to college and going out to drink every night and ruining their health and burning out all their money on drinking just because. So what purpose has drinking too much ever served anyone? Ever. Personally, I'm not a drinker myself. I can drink wine occasionally. I'm not against drinking alcohol. What I mean is there's just so much emphasis in drinking. It's some sort of, the more you drink, the more hardcore you're considered, and oh, you can definitely hold the liquor. Have you heard this expression? Oh, this person can hold the liquor, something like that. Please invest in your health. And it's not just about saving money when you stop drinking or smoking. It's about saving yourself for old age. Don't waste your energy trying to look rich or show off your stuff. I'm from Brazil, and I see this happening so often in Brazil, that the need to prove their status and look like something they're not. By the way, I used to be like that 20 years ago. I used to feel this need to be posting on social media to tell people what I was doing and what a posh restaurant I was in and how I was traveling the world. And mind you, I don't think it's a bad thing to share a photo of your trip, but the excessiveness of it all, that's what kind of crosses the line of sharing some good memories that you have of a trip, or of recommending a place that you're at, to trying to prove a status that you don't have. Why not repurpose that same energy into putting all the extra money you save from not buying all the stuff you don't need to work for you in the background, where nobody can see, and it's not really anybody's business anyway to know how much you're investing. Right there has a tremendous potential to make you rich. Another thing I would tell my younger self is pay it forward. Help and give to others, but do it in a way that is as low-key as possible, as discreet as possible. Don't flaunt it. Don't brag about it on social media. Don't try to prove what a good Samaritan you are, because honestly, that kind of kills the purpose of paying it forward, of helping people. Because I know there's this saying, there's no selfless deed, but I believe that it wouldn't be selfless if you're bragging about it and trying to get recognition for it. Whatever contribution you make to help others, to help someone in need, a family with kids in very poor financial condition, or pets, cats, dog shelters that need help, and anything, just keep it to yourself. It's something that should be just between you and whoever's receiving that donation from you.